Abby with Abby's Colorful Creations and Pretty Colorful, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to paint a Sofia the First princess mask. It's really easy to do. It's a lot of line work, so you can knock these out fast if you have a lot of little girls in your line. I know they love it. Princess Sofia is hot right now. So yeah, let's get started. First, I'm going to use a petal brush and use this particular color is a Superstar Special Purple, I believe it's called. It's really soft, as you can tell, and it's very shimmery, which is, the girls love that. So I'm going to tap it over my eyelid. I'm just going to tap it in softly, and that's your first step right there. You can really skip this step if you want, if you have a big line, but it always gives it a little extra spark. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're just going to get started with the silver and the actual crown part of it. Let's see. This is a Fab Silver color. It is amazing. I will never switch over to anything else. I love it. I used to do Wolfe and it wasn't as shiny, as silvery as this one is. This one is so intense. You'll be able to see right now. So I'm going to start by making a heart in the center. It's going to be a little bit big. So I'm going to start in the center, and I'm going to kind of like a curve, a swirl, I mean. So that's your first side. And then the next side, that's right there. As you can tell, it's really, really shiny. Now I'm just going to start evening it out. You do have to make this one a little bit thick, this heart, a little bit thick, because inside the silver lines I am going to be adding some white dots toward the end of the video, and we have to have enough space for those dots. I'm just gonna try to make it as even as possible as the other one. Leave it. So now that I have the silver in my brush, I'm just gonna keep using the silver. I'm gonna do a swirl here going down, and it's gonna look like this. So the next part is I'm gonna double it, and by that I'm just gonna add an extra little line right there. That's doubling it. What you do to one side, you're gonna do to the other. And there it is. The next line I'm going to do is above my eyebrow. I'm just basically going to shape my eyebrow. I'll show you. So at the tip of the heart, I'm just going to go in, push it. I'm going to go in, make it a little bit thick here, and then just pick up your brush and let go for a nice little tip right here. Now I'm going to work on the bling. I don't have a special bling already made for the Princess Sofia mask. It's a good idea. It does save you a lot of trouble, but right now I'm just going to add them individually. Okay, so that's the little bling you see right there. Now I'm going to use a little heart. But that's it. That's going to be your bling for this crown. Okay, the next part that we're going to be doing is the stenciling. We're going to be using this one with all these little different types of birdies. It's awesome. Now, here's a little trick that I use, especially when I'm painting myself at home. I really don't do this obviously at parties, but when I'm at home and I'm using specific cutouts in the stencil, and you have a lot of little ones around it. We're going to be using this big one, by the way, and you have a lot of little ones in around it. I don't even want to risk it when I'm trying to do the picture perfect design to post on Facebook. I don't even want to risk it by tapping it and then accidentally tapping another little birdie. So what I do, I tape it. I don't know if you guys can see the tape, but I try to tape over the bird surrounding the bird that I want, and it helps. It helps a lot. And so again, and you don't have to worry, it doesn't mess up your stencils. I usually just keep it on there, and when I wash them, the tape comes right off without any problem at all. So yes, this is a small BAM stencil. Here, I'll compare it to a regular size one. As you can tell, there's a big difference. They do sell this one in this size, but I think this one does it good. I mean, I don't ever use a face painting that requires the big birds. So these, I believe, come in one package of 11, and they're amazing. I like them, like I said, and it's really worth it. So yeah, let's get started. To do this part of the bird, I'm actually going to use a dauber. I love daubers. I just bought a lot of them, and I can never have enough. I'm also going to use a kind of like a royal blue shimmery color. I know that Sofia the First is always surrounded by birdies, so I figured this stencil, I always needed an excuse to use this stencil, and perfect, Sofia the First. So I'm also going to have my glitter ready, and I'm actually going to use the glitter, tattoo glitter for this. And before I take off the stencil, I'm going to tap some glitter over it. So first, I'm going to place my bird around here. So I'll do that. I'm gonna push down on it, tap. These are the daubers that I'm in love with. I use these a lot when I'm stenciling smaller designs like this. I use these a lot for the graffiti stencils. Maybe not so much for these, obviously, because there's more to cover with just this little dot. But when it comes down to this, something small like this, I just use a dauber. So I'm gonna tap, tap, tap. And before I take off my stencil, I'm going to tap some of the glitter. That's obviously similar to the paint. Check it out and look how pretty that looks. If you guys can see. So I actually want to use that same bird, and I'm just being anal right now, but I want to use that same bird on the other side, facing the other way. So in order to do that, I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit. So I just kind of wiped it down a little bit with the white bee and trying to take the rest of it off with my finger, the glitter. So now I'm going to do the other side, and I'm going to probably do it the same way as a bird. You can play with it. I have other things that are going to be going down here, but if you want to replace some of the teardrops with birds to save you some time, again, you can do that, play with it. But I'm going to put mine here, and voila. I love this plum color, by the way. I'll have to get you guys the name of it. I'll have all the items listed below. Next, I'm going to use a brush to do some petals. I'm going to use whites, and in the tip, I don't know if you guys use the Petal Brush much, but before I dip it into a different color, I kind of do like to take away the paint on the tip off of the paintbrush, and that's when I dip it into the purple. There it is. That's your next step. So now we are going to do the dots in the middle of, or on top of the silver, like I mentioned earlier before. Make sure that you are using your paintbrush is really wet. You don't want to mess up on the dots. So I'm just gonna do these around inside the heart. So I'll just make sure my paintbrush is ready to go. And I'm going to start. Now, the ones toward the bottom are a little bit smaller than the ones on top. So there are my other dots. And while I have this white in my brush, I'm just gonna do the rest of the detailing really quick. And I'm going to put little dots on that side. What you do on one side, you do to the other. Right there. And some teardrops. Right there. And on the other side. So now we're going to do some curvy little lines down. And I am going to use a number 2 brush. If you feel comfortable doing them with a number 4, go for it. If I was at a party, I probably would use a number 4, but right now, because I'm trying to do a picture perfect design for you, I'm just gonna not even risk it and use a number 2 brush. It's gonna be with white again, and they're gonna go here. So where you see the silver, just kind of go from there. And again, very, very light. I'm just gonna do 2 in this case, and I am gonna do a little one coming under my eye, and lift up your brush so you can just have the finest tip. And then I'm gonna see if I can do it with my number 2 pencil or number 2 brush, but I'm gonna do some dots under my eye. I'm just gonna do 3, and look at that, they came out really nice. So that's that part on that side. And now we're gonna use the same brush, the number 2, and I'm going to fill it up with some purple. And just do a couple on this side, just to kind of balance it out, shade them in. You can do both of them, you can do all 3 of them. And then I'm gonna start shading in the little dots inside of my heart. And I'm only gonna do one side of them. So it's gonna be the outside of the dots. I'll try to make sure you guys capture it. So there it is, your mask. And now with the same number 2, I should have done this before when I had the actual white paint in my brush. But right now I'm just gonna fill it up with some Wolfe White again. And this is my number 2. And I'm gonna outline some of these swirls. This is, again, this is your choice. I know that, I hope I don't mess them up because then it'll defeat the whole. Just, again, a little bit more shading to it. This is a very optional step. Okay, so that's that one. And we're almost done. The last step, add some little starbursts. Those are always so cute. Okay guys, so there it is. That is your final mask. I'll try to get in closer to the camera. It's a lot of line work, so again, it might seem like there's a lot of it going on, but I usually do this in 2 minutes or less if I'm super fast. But I really would love to see your version of it. You guys know how much that makes me so happy when you guys are sending me in your version of your design. inspired by one of mine. I think that's amazing. You guys make my day every single time you guys do that for me. So this is one of my designs that I actually did a couple of months ago, and it got a lot of likes, which is why I'm doing it. So if there's another design that you guys see from the month of January or February that you would love to learn how to do, just let me know, and I can definitely make it happen for you. Right now, like I said, I chose this one because it had a lot of likes, and probably the next one that I'm going to be doing is the Ninja Turtle one on a girl. Everybody liked that. I don't know if they love the design or if they actually love my daughter's beautiful smile, but I'll go ahead and make a tutorial for it either way. Facebook me, Instagram me, whatever you guys want. Please, I love hearing from you guys. So okay guys, have a colorful day. Bye.